Happiness wasn't part of the deal in marriages before.
Yeah. Maybe happiness was part of the deal, but it was also in happiness and sadness in everything.
But that's not the. I'm up, bro.
I'm sorry. That just sounds so extreme. But go on, sorry. Ibra, who is trying to hold it all together? Are men staying in relationships out of love or a deep fear of destroying everything? Are men more committed to fixing things because they feel responsible for keeping it all together?
Yeah, 100%. That's absolutely true. I mean, this brings me to this conversation I was having with a lady recently. She just got divorced. She just left her married and everything. And I was just curious. I was like, what happened? Yeah, it's interesting. It's this same old cliche, I wasn't happy. And absolutely, I feel like something has definitely gone wrong in the society. Don't let me use the word wrong. Maybe that's not the word, but from my lens, that's how I feel. But it might not be true in the grand scheme of things, right? I feel like the society has shifted from a marriage institution being for societal purpose or benefit to individualistic idea of things that we talked about, I think, last episode, right? And if that's the case, it should never work. Would in the next 10, 20 years have maybe 90% divorce rate. I guarantee it. Happiness wasn't part of the deal in marriages before.
Yeah. Maybe happiness was part of the deal, but it was also in happiness and sadness in everything.
But that's not the. I'm up, bro.
I'm sorry. That just sounds so extreme. But go on, sorry.
Because it is the absolute truth. And I mean, I think if you tie it back down to maybe the last 100 years, that's when it started to be so. But I am convinced the purpose of getting together was mostly for societal benefit and economic benefit, not because you people have to be happy together. If it's happiness, it's very well enough to just be in a relationship and not get married. So when you come together as two people to become one or a unit, it's not on the list. But now that's what we have, like at the top of the list.
So I see what you're saying, that even though you could potentially be happy in a marriage, it wasn't the fundamental basis for it. If you're happy, all well and good. If you are sad in some moments, this has nothing to do with whether you stay or leave your marriage.
Getting married, yes.
But now the fundamental basis of how when people think about marriage is are you happy?
It's like he has to make me happy or she has to make me happy.
Now I understand what you're saying, and I mean there's some nuances to that bit as well. But let me let you continue before I ask the next question.
So I'm asking if men are the ones trying. It's still yes, absolutely, because men we a lot of us still see it like that. It's more of a duty. And now tying it back to this lady that I was talking about, and out of every bit she mentioned, there was no single thing that I heard about this guy not trying the bit of duty and responsibility. And I think that's the disconnect. No one is wrong, I would argue. We just want different things. Men will still absolutely feel responsible and duty-oriented, even in the most terrible marriages. Because that's how we are wired. That's how a lot of us see things. Maybe not everyone of us, right? But women now have shifted to, it has to be blissful. It has to be, which is also not wrong. But if you have like this other gender who is not seeing it like that, at least not for the vast majority of them, that is going to be a problem. And we live in a very tough economic situation now where to even go out there and deliver on these responsibility, duties, like protection in terms of finances and every other ways, I think you sort of need to be pat on the back for that, like, oh, you know what, he's doing this. But if you could do all that and not still make her happy in a way, and it's all for nothing. Yeah. Men will stay in the most terrible marriages.
And I used to have a crazy saying, I think you've heard me say it before, that what keeps a marriage is a man's responsibility and a woman's love, because we bring different things into that marriage in that sense. And a woman's love, of course, will be tied to her happiness and all. So it is somehow tied to it. And it will bring me to my next question. If women have decided that their happiness is now the most prioritized topic in a marriage, why are men still holding on to the responsibility bit, right? Should we be adjusting? Or is it that because responsibility was what we took as our part of the marriage, it sort of favors us? Right? So are we messing up on other things? Do we mess up more? Are men begging for forgiveness more because they break things more? Right? So the willingness to stay, is it just the point that we are always in the doghouse? Once we manage our responsibility, we want the woman to still stay in the marriage, but maybe we're out there with another woman because maybe we can provide that same responsibility to other women. And the other woman is now your main wife, or your wife is now unhappy that I know you're doing your responsibility, but you're giving it to other people as well. I want you exclusively. Or I know you are fulfilling your responsibility, but maybe you can do a little bit more in showing love apart from the responsibility. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to think, is it the case that men hold on to that our part of a marriage is to be responsible for you in so and so way? The love thing, please don't let us lump it all together, because I enjoy being able to love multiple women. As an example, like, is that something that we're holding on to because it's an advantage to us?
That's a very complex question. I would say men do need to accommodate maybe some of these things women are asking for. I don't agree with everything a lot of, like, let me say, feminists are asking for. But in terms of loving more, I would say, yeah, for sure. I think men do get it wrong from that angle, where we are only solely focused on what we bring, what we provide, and rightfully so, because women demand it. They can tell you, no, I don't, but it's all lies.
They do.
Yeah, but like when it also comes to this whole maybe having the idea of, yeah, I can have it outside, that's partly true. A lot of men are wired like that. In men's defense, I would argue that it can be quite difficult to be in a relationship with someone without having all these ups and downs. Like, it's part of the deal, right? Like, there will be moments where things are not. And I think over the long course of things, it can be quite challenging to have that spark, or like the whole intimacy thing still going on. And some men, maybe a lot of men, still feel like, I can just get a side piece to sort of figure that out, while still protecting what I have. And I think the difference is, even though a lot of women, this might sound like a double standard, right? I'm not trying to defend anything. I'm just trying to say things as I feel like a lot of men see it, right? Like, no matter how any man who is married or whatever have families will be messing around, the family is still utmost priorities. And I think this goes to explain how men and women cheat differently. I believe that is the case, right? I'm not trying to defend or saying what is right or wrong here. I'm just saying, like, when women would cheat, you are almost, a lot of the times, now I think it's changing also, certain that she's like done with the family, or at least with the man, maybe not with the family. Yeah, I think that is still absolutely true with the man. But I think women are also having the mindset of, oh, I also have to protect my family. And a lot of women would cheat now where they still have peaceful and good marriages. And yeah, I'm not sure it's even gender.
You hit the nail on the head there. So I was doing a bit of research. About this thing of men cheat for love, men cheat for fun, women cheat for emotions. I think that was true when the sexual discourse with women was still a little bit secretive. I think it was true when women tend to still be super traditional and sex was a big deal. Research has shown now that because women are now open to discussing their sexual life publicly, they don't care. Women are also now becoming more and more prone to sex for just sex. with multiple people. They just have fantasies that they want to achieve, but they still care about their man, they still care about their home
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.